Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Sai and today I'm going to explain how to solve the climbing stairs problem. In this problem, we need to find the total ways in which we can climb n steps in a staircase. Each time we can either climb 1 or 2 steps. To try and figure out the logic, let's try a few different values for n, starting with 1. So if there's only one step, then the number of ways in which we can climb the staircase is just 1. If n equal to 2, then we can either go 1 step or we can take 2 steps directly. So in this case, the distinct number of ways of climbing 2 steps is 2. Now let's think about 3 steps. If the staircase contains 3 steps, we can take 1 step at a time, or we can take 1 step and then 2 steps, or we can first take 2 steps and then 1 step. So the total ways is 3. Now what if the staircase has got 4 steps? Then the various ways which we can climb 4 steps are these. Firstly, we can climb 1 step at a time to reach 4 steps, or we can start with 2 steps, then take 1 step, and then finally 1 more step. So that again adds up to 4. Similarly, you can see that you can create a distinct combinations of steps, and you can count the number of ways in which you can climb n number of steps. So in this case, we have 5 different ways to climb a staircase with 4 steps. Let's look at the scenario if our staircase has got 5 steps. Then the various ways in which we can climb 5 steps are these. Number of ways to climb a staircase with 5 steps is 8. Similarly, if n equal to 6, and if you try to write down the ways in which you can climb 6 steps, you will get 13 different ways for n equal to 6. Here are the different ways in which we can climb a staircase with just 1 step, or if the staircase has got 2 steps, or if the staircase has got 3 steps, and so on and so forth. If you spotted a pattern here, well done. Else, let's try and spot the pattern together. If you look closely, the number of distinct ways to climb n steps is the sum of the number of ways to climb the previous 2 steps. So for example, 13 is the sum of 5 and 8. 8 is the sum of 5 and 3. Similarly, 5 is the sum of 3 and 2. Now using this logic, the number of ways to climb n steps would be the number of ways to climb n minus 1 steps plus the number of ways to climb n minus 2 steps. So we could write down that the number of ways to climb a staircase with n steps equal to the number of ways to climb a staircase with n minus 1 steps plus the number of ways to climb a staircase with n minus 2 steps. So now using this logic, we will implement the solution. Now, if you are solving this problem for preparation in an interview, it is important to remember to mention to the interviewer that you would firstly check if the input n is a valid number. And in this case, you can't have 0 or negative number of steps. So that would be our first check. Now, as we already know, if the number of steps in the staircase is 1, then the total number of ways is 1. And if the number of steps in the staircase is 2, the total number of ways to climb that staircase is 2. So let's write that code as well. Now to calculate the number of ways to climb a staircase with n steps, I'm going to create an array of size n plus 1, and each index will represent the number of steps in the staircase. The reason I'm using n plus 1 here is that because arrays are 0 index, if I wanted to find the number of ways to climb a staircase with 10 steps, then creating an array of size 10 would mean that I would try to access the 11th index, and that would mean I'm accessing the array element outside of its bounds. Firstly, I'm going to save the number of ways if the number of steps is 1 and number of steps is 2. Next, I'm going to start iterating from the index 3 till the position n. And using the logic we discussed earlier, the number of ways to climb a staircase at position I would be the number of ways to climb the staircase at position I minus 1 plus the number of ways to climb the staircase at position I minus 2. Finally, we'll simply return the number of ways to climb a staircase at position n. I hope you found the video useful. Please do click the subscribe and like buttons, and remember to share the video. Thank you.